Welcome back to part 6 of the Neon Genesis book club. Now, I've been gone a while and I was supposed to be uploading every week on Thursday. However, I got caught up with some stuff and I fell behind, but luckily I'm back. So anybody still here to listen or looking forward to this episode, here it is. And I'm excited to go through it with y'all. So getting straight into it, this episode was awesome. We got the action that we had been looking for. I know previously the last episode, this angel came in and it pretty much just straight up attacks. As we see, these angels are just getting smarter and smarter. And everybody's a little bit concerned because it seems like each angel that comes back, it's like more and more calculated. And so as we see Shinji, get deployed out, this thing just bursts a laser just straight through Shinji's chest. And it's honestly crazy because, now, they appear and they know the area, but at this point, it seems like they've pinpoint where the city is. They've even pinpoint where the Evas come out of, which is extremely interesting, and it kind of shows some development on the Angels side. And so following up, we pretty much get them injecting Shinji out of the Eva, and we kind of see his vitals are all messed up. Clearly, he's a little bit injured because we know at this point that what happens to the Eva, they feel. And although it never seems like they take physical damage themselves, we can kind of tell that mentally, I think it's more of a mental strain and a mental pain, and it kind of knocks them out. Somehow Rei Ayanami is always damaged, and it looks like, she has broken arms and stuff. I don't know where that comes from, because I don't think that the Eva straight up injures themselves, but it's just something that you could kind of pay attention to along, and it's something that's always kind of stuck out to me. And coming off intelligence for these angels, we basically see one drill straight down into Nerve. And Nerve has a lot of defense, it gives them some time. But these things are clearly smarter than, they're put out to be. And so we follow along later into the episode with Shinji basically just being, taken to the hospital. He doesn't seem to have anything physical. Like I said, I think it's purely mental, and he's getting recuperated. And finally, we kind of get to see Misato kind of get we see that she's really smart, but she's also portrayed as really goofy so far. But this is kind of where we get to see her plan of action. We see why she is in the position that she's in. And so, we kind of see that nothing is working for attacking this thing. This thing's AT field is incredibly powerful. Nothing ever works on it. It's pretty funny. I don't know why they even try. Missiles, all that stuff. And so they're looking, and they basically see that in a certain amount of time that this thing's going to drill all the way to the bottom of Nerve and basically break into the headquarters, which 22 right there would be the last piece. And so she goes to Shinji's dad and basically just tells him, hey, I have an idea. Can I get cleared, to execute this idea? And, he kind of has her full trust, which is awesome, because to be able to have the kind of trust from Shinji's father is a huge deal, especially seeing, that he's a horrible father. And so this plan kind of gets pieced together, and I really like what comes because, one, we get one of my favorite shots ever in the anime, and two, we kind of see how this little city they figure it out together. So basically all they're going to do is reroute the power to work this thing, and it's really cool. So then we follow up with Shinji, and Shinji wakes up and basically Rei's there asking him the hard questions like, do you want to do this? And he's kind of unsure, and then he realizes, no, he doesn't want to do this. And Rei doesn't really have a care. She just asks him why he's kind of like a baby, and she's like, okay. And clearly he feels bad about himself. This is, I feel like he wants to, but he's too scared. But he also feels like his father is put him in, he has all these different emotions tying him up into this. And so this is a breaking point for him where Rei is, I would say in a way unintentionally motivating him to come help. And so that's what they do. And right here, these shots coming up right here where they both come out, they're incredible. If you're a fan of the show, you probably know how cool it is, because you're getting the two Evas and the two pilots, and they're working together, and you get them right at a moment of peace, which is really awesome. And I'm a little bit behind here, but we'll go ahead and I'll let you know when that shot is exactly here. But here, we kind of get them suiting up, and right here, as you can see, that shot is incredible. Two kids ready for war, just kind of nuts. but that's just like the entire show as it is. And they kind of talk, and I think this is a moment for Shinji where this is a big step up. He's feeling brave. He feels like he can actually do something. He can actually help. And we also get this shot of Rei right here. I'm sure a lot of y'all love this shot just because I see it everywhere. One of the most popular pictures from the anime. But yeah, so we go ahead and we get the countdown, and we get that, Misato's plan is coming into action, which, as y'all saw, is like a giant sniper rifle where all the energy from the city is being redirected into a sniper that Rei is going to use. And it looks awesome. I believe Shinji's shooting and Rei is shielding. So forgive me for kind of flip-flopping that. But we get some really cool shots because I believe they missed the first one. And it looks it looks pretty cool, but you can tell that this thing's dealing damage. And so while they're basically, missing and resetting, Rei and Shinji are just completely resetting, getting ready to blast this thing one more time. And the sniper looks pretty cool. Oh, and would you call it a sniper? I'm not too sure. I'm not too big on these things. But we get Rei blocking the blast from the angel, and Shinji's a little bit nervous, but finally he's able to get the perfect lock and fires. And just like that, the shot is perfect. And we kind of see this beam go straight through the angel and completely fry it, which this angel was pretty cool, but it's got to go. And here we get a big moment where Shinji jumps down kind of like his father and opens up the ejection port, and he basically just, saves Rei, makes sure she's okay. And I think Rei kind of sees Shinji's father in Shinji, which is a cool moment for both of them because, this is a huge character development moment for, the two of them getting to know each other. And I think it kind of symbolizes like Rei can like Shinji because Shinji is just like is caring like the father. And this will come up later, for those who have watched it, you get it. But for those that are up and coming, things will get really interesting for sure. And that's pretty much how episode 6 ends. Once again, I apologize for being back so late, but if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll make sure to come back with more content on the typical Thursdays. I'm releasing this on a Monday, and I'll see if I'm going to release another one this Thursday. I probably should, but just let me know what you think down in the comments below. I appreciate it, and have a great day.